I'm Dr. Greg Ellis, and I am really excited. We're going to begin doing some marketing on my book, The Glycation Factor. And I can tell you, as I started thinking more and more about this yesterday, the cholesterol era is now over, and glycation is here to stay. So for many of you who may be new to my site and my work, glycation is the process by which blood sugar, coming from the carbohydrates you eat, binds to the proteins that make up your body. All of them, your mitochondria, your tissue proteins, your skin, your brain, and they create reactive oxygen species, inflammation products. They start to eat holes in your body. They're the primary cause of all degenerative diseases, including atherosclerosis and diabetes. But the glycation theory of disease and aging has only been around since 1987. And the whole idea that cholesterol and fat cause health problems is so deeply entrenched that no one could grab on to the glycation theory, and it simply wasn't able to get any traction. Well, we're going to give it traction now. We're going to give it a lot of traction. And you'll be able to see that the whole thing with cholesterol and fat was wrong. And it set the people of this nation back 50 years and dramatically reduced their health, increased their disease rates. So it's been a sad thing. So that era is ready to go. How much resistance do you think there'll be to letting that go? There's going to be a lot. Thomas Kuhn wrote in his book, The Structure of Scientific Revolutions, that the existing belief system does not get overtaken. People must die out before they start to supplant it. So that's what we're facing. So we're going to be facing a good 10, 15, 20 years before this thing goes, because there's going to be so much resistance to it by the establishment and the established people who bought into it and continue to buy into it. And I don't know how they're going to argue against it. It's going to be very interesting, because the glycation theory is not anti-establishment. There's 7,000 published papers on it. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to shout it down. And the only way they can do it is just not face the facts. This is a common occurrence. Just don't face the facts. Just do a disinformation campaign. And that's what they're going to do. We know, I've got a great research paper that shows that atherosclerosis is coming from glycation. That's a revelation, absolute revelation. And that the cholesterol is coming into the blood vessel where the glycation is eating a hole in it, and it's patching up and doing repair work. And that's why they have found cholesterol in the blood vessel. So we've got a lot of things to overcome. So we're getting ready to do a public relations campaign on my book, The Glycation Factor, here pretty soon. Starting off on radio and then moving towards TV. And we'll see what kind of response we get. But I'm prepared. I know the ground I'm standing on. I know the process very, very well. And it's going to be very interesting to see what we can do. And the people are going to have to step back and quit listening to the establishment about this, because they're just going to keep avoiding it. And if you want to improve your own health, you're going to have to start looking into things you can do to prevent glycation. This includes a carbohydrate-restricted diet. I'm putting together a couple of very powerful supplements that will help to avoid glycation. And we believe that glycation is irreversible, but it turns out that it doesn't look like it is. You take something like a mitochondria, that turns over and gets damaged, and then it gets destroyed and taken away, and new ones form. So if that mitochondria was glycated, well, we can get rid of it. We can remove it. So that's one of the exciting things about what I'm finding out with my further study of glycation, is it can be somewhat irreversible. But you want to work on preventing it in the first place and understand how real it is, because this is real. This is very, very real. And you want to avoid the disease processes that are going to arise because of glycation. I'm Dr. Greg Ellis, and I'm excited because the cholesterol era is over.